Hey everyone, and welcome to a guide for Kingdom 2 Crowns. This time we're going to be looking at the Lost Islands challenge. We'll be focusing on the solo challenge, but I'll mention the differences you'll find in co-op. So let's get started. Every 24 hours, the challenge creates a new, randomly generated island, and you have 72 hours after it's released to complete the island before any progress gets wiped. You can restart the challenge at any point and you'll be put on that day's island, which may be different to the island you were playing on if there's been a daily reset since you started it. Otherwise, you'll just restart on the exact same island as you're already on. Although the island is randomly generated, the number of things on each island is the same. For solo, there are 2 small portals, a living portal, and a cliff portal on each side of the island, giving you a total of 8 portals to deal with. There's also 3 coin chests, 4 vagrant camps, 1 statue, 1 hermit hut, 1 mount, a dog, a gem keeper, and a merchant randomly distributed across the island, but you'll find all of them between the camp and the living portals. You can't pass through the living portals until you destroy them, and the only thing on the other side of them are the cliff portals. In co-op, there's 1 additional small portal on each side of the island, another dog, and another mount. One big thing that can change between the islands is the biome, and you'll find yourself in one of the 4 campaign biomes: European, Shogun, Deadlands, or Norselands. In each of these, you'll start on the standard horse. In Deadlands, you'll be a random monarch, and in Norselands, you'll have a random artifact. The random generation determines, for example, which of the mounts will be the one available on the island for solo, or which 2 different mounts for co-op. You can only get mounts and hermits that are available in that biome, so, for example, you can't get the griffin in Norselands. All statues, mounts and hermits cost the same amount of gems and coins as they do in their regular campaign. However, you don't get gems from gem chests like you normally would. Instead, you can buy them for 8 coins each from the gem keeper. You also have all technologies unlocked from the start, so you don't have to spend any coins on them. That's the basics of the island. Now on to a bit more about the challenge itself. For single player, to get the bronze crown, you need to destroy 2 portals, the silver is 4 portals, and the gold is 6 portals. This excludes the cliff portals. For the cursed crown, the hint is, follows without question, do not betray. The answer to this riddle is the dog. You need to rescue it and then never get it taken by the greed. If you do this and destroy all portals on the island, including the cliff portals, you'll get the cursed crown. For co-op, it's 4 portals destroyed for the bronze crown, 6 for silver, 8 for gold, and both players need to get a dog and not lose it for the cursed crown. Overall, this is a pretty easy cursed crown to get. You just need to be cautious around portals and make sure you have strong defenses. You don't need to get the dog straight away, and you can wait until just before destroying the final portal before getting it. However, the dog can be useful for knowing which side a blood moon attack is coming from, so it's up to you whether you get it early or late in the challenge. When you start the challenge, you'll be a small distance away from where the town centre can be built, and you'll have 1 builder and 2 archers. The town centre is covered by trees, and you'll only find 1 coin on the ground nearby, so you'll probably want to start by just clearing the trees around the town centre. This will give you the space to build it, and if you clear enough space, it'll also allow some wildlife to spawn for your archers to kill, as they're not that great at killing deer. Over the first few days, you'll want to scout both sides of the island so you can collect the coin chests, find the camps, and figure out what mount, statue, and hermit you've got. If you don't like the layout of the island, then you can always wait until the next day to try a different one. But if you're fine with it, then you'll want to start building up the town centre, making use of the merchant, and recruiting more villagers. You'll encounter the first blood moon around the 6th night, so make sure your walls are fairly upgraded by then, and you've got a good amount of archers. As the challenge progresses, it's worth expanding your kingdom a little on at least one side to try and get a farm within your walls, and also to try and get the armory to spawn. If possible, it's good to expand to a point where you can build an archery tower just outside your walls, as these are generally better at clearing the greed. If you think the mount, hermit or statue will be useful, then pick them up somewhere along the way. Once you're at the point where you want to start destroying portals, I found it useful to focus on just one side of the island, so you eventually destroy your first cliff portal and you only have to defend the other side of the island for the rest of the challenge. The island is pretty wide, so the portals can be quite a long way from your town centre. Fortunately, the night waves are pretty easy to deal with, consisting of just basic greedlings for quite a long time, meaning that 2 knights and their archers are usually able to handle them without much hassle. This can save you from having to expand your kingdom to be closer to the portals. Instead, you can just send out your knights and they can deal with a night wave on the way to destroying a portal. However, you may want to put a few coins in front of your knights just before an attack reaches them, so that they can replenish any coins they lose. The Blood Moon counterattacks from destroying portals will steadily get harder, as they normally do. Breeders will join them after the first few, and the final counterattack will also have crown stealers, so watch out for them. For the last few counterattacks, it helps to have more than one high level archery tower outside your walls to help thin the greed's numbers before they reach you. Destroying the cliff portal is the same as usual, so you shouldn't have any problems with them if you've got knights and a bunch of spare coins with you. Again, so long as you're cautious with the dog and build strong defences, getting the cursed crown should be quite simple. And that's everything you need to know about the Lost Islands challenge, so good luck out there. Hopefully it will help you get the cursed crown. If you're looking for more tips and guides, then check out some of my other videos, but until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.